Does the world need more barrels?
So right now, does the world need more barrels? We are not in an undersupply situation. The question is going to be, and we heard UAE's oil minister out this week saying demand is coming in stronger than people anticipate. And why I think we need to watch this trade war story is if we do get an off-ramp to the trade war, that has been like the big thing hanging over market sentiment. Yes, there's non-OPEC supply we're watching, but we've had this sort of wall of worry about demand, principally because of tariffs, the impact on countries like China. So if we are potentially parking the trade war dispute, that is one factor that will no longer be weighing down oil prices.
Yeah, I'm just trying to sort of think through a little bit of what you were talking about with the Russia issue and all of that. I mean, the president's rhetoric on it is dialed up. Just walk us through the possible outcomes.
We have two major negotiations we should be watching. What happens on Iran, and President Trump has signaled he wants a deal on Iran. Then we have the situation on Russia. And remember, President Trump came in being like, we're going to get a deal done with Russia. On Iran, he was like maximum pressure. We kind of have flipped places right now.
True.
Iran looks like closer to a deal. Russia looks like maximum pressure back on Russia. We have Congress talking about additional sanctions on Russia.
500% sanctions.
100%.
Wouldn't that affect Germany and all these countries?
Oh, it would Japan, Germany, a number of countries that continue to import Russian molecules. That would be really, really challenging for them. President Trump, though, has signaled, like, if I don't get progress with Russia, we're headed down the path of more sanctions. And so I do think market participants have to weigh up, am I getting more Iran barrels? Am I getting more Russian barrels? I think we're likely to get more Russian sanctions if we don't get progress on those talks. And the question on Iran is, what does a deal look like? If President Trump does get a deal, can he sell it to Congress? Because most of the sanctions on Iran that impact energy were put in place by Congress.
But wouldn't it be convenient if those barrels came back on the market at the very time that some of the Russian barrels may?
100%. You'd have to sell Lindsey Graham, Tom Cotton, Ted Cruz on that trade. But that is something we'd be watching very carefully.
Russia sells a lot of oil, but they sell a lot more gas. And I know the Nord Stream got blown up by somebody. I don't know, something happened to it. But as we've shown our viewers, Russia still sells a lot of natural gas around the world via LNG. Here's the thing. The White House wants to build a $40 billion pipeline in Alaska that would go from the North Slope, Prudhoe Bay, all the way down near Anchorage to Nikiski, and then export it and sell it to Taiwan, China, Japan, et cetera. It's about 3.5 billion cubic feet a day, which is about one LNG shipload. I will, by the way, will be in Alaska. I'm going to Alaska this weekend. I will be there live on Monday.
Northern exposure.
I'm going literally to the top of Alaska to tell this story. We've got some amazing guests, including the Energy Secretary, the Interior Secretary, the Governor of Alaska, a couple senators, probably some foreign dignitaries as well. That'll be live on Monday. Let me ask you this ahead of that trip. This is 3.5 billion cubic feet. It's not huge, but it's not small. Does the world need it?
Well, this is the question for President Trump. President Trump has really said, I am the president of American energy dominance. And he's making U.S. energy access a part of the trade negotiations. And Europe, this is an important part of our conversations with Europe, is we will give you lower tariffs if you provide more access for U.S. energy, particularly gas, into European markets. This is why we bring it all back to Russia, though. The Russians are unlikely to accept any deal that doesn't entail them getting back their market for oil and gas. So the question is, do you need Russian pipeline gas, Russian LNG, and U.S. LNG? Probably not. So the question is, how does this all work with efforts to craft an end to the war in Ukraine, as well as more market access for the United States? Now, European officials are out there saying we're not taking more Russian gas. Germans have said we're not repairing Nord Stream. But a lot of European corporates are starting to put their hand up saying, you know what, we would just like the cheapest form of energy, and Russian pipeline gas happens to be the cheaper molecules.